In the shadow of the peach day, where the magnolias bloom so late, a child stands alone in fear, wishing someone would hold them near. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectors on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. ICPC send them far and wide, across the borders where they divide. Families waiting with open arms to shield them from all worldly harms. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectors on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Georgia's foster, let love shine. Though the journey's tough, the road is long, singing out this hopeful song. Every child deserves a chance to find their home, their love, their dance. No more darkness, no more tears, just a future free from fears. With each step they grow so strong, in a place where they belong. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectors on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Love shine. Oh, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Love shine.
Hey everybody, welcome in. Let's get the chat up here. Hey Chris, how are you doing? Been a while. How's everybody doing? Can y'all hear me on here? Let me know if y'all can hear me, Chris. So how's everybody doing? I'm Danielle. I'm here with Unmasking Foster Care Corruption. It's been a while. I've been sick. I haven't been feeling good lately. Been fighting in the courts. Had a lot going on. Sorry for my absence. Sorry, hold on. How'd that go, Chris? So I'm glad that. So what is the outcome of everything, Chris, with you? Like, how's everything going? Are they talking about reunification? I want to get everybody's opinion or how y'all's feelings about what Trump signed, the executive order. I had court yesterday about my son for guardianship. Me and a family member were there. So he still don't have his glasses that were broke while he was with. So they haven't given his glasses back. You know, and hi, welcome in. You're visiting on Facebook. Hey W Dale, how are you? Thank you. Welcome back. Y'all like, subscribe, follow the channel. Listen out. Be on the lookout for us. We got CPS breaking news. We got the Facebook page. We got the website, cpsbreakingnews.com. We have also, go check out the forums, go check out the blogs, go check out the other shows. We have, hopefully bringing back Brenda will be back. We got Tiffin the Punisher, I think tonight, like next. We have Equal and the Same, Henry. We got good old Henry with ADA. We got myself here. And then I think we have Samantha on, I believe, Friday or Saturday nights. We got Gunning for CPS on Sundays at, I believe it's 8:30 or 9:30. This is all Eastern time, everyone, okay? So, everybody, if you look in the chat, we got Chris in the chat. She's got a disability and her son is in foster care right now. Why can't this mother have her child? Why can't she? When I first met Chris, she was doing really well, like awesome. And from my understanding, and I was under the impression she was supposed to be getting him home. And I froze up again. Hold on. Okay. I'm so tired of freezing up. Sorry, y'all. So, dang. No, I really do need a new device. I got to get me another device. My phone is really acting up. There was an altercation a couple weeks ago, and it is messed up. My phone's been messed up since. And y'all will not believe what I've been through the last month. So, what did they say, Chris? What did they say about it? So, Chris said, I asked them, when is he getting his new glasses? So they got broke. Didn't they get broke, Chris, on a not at school, in the foster, like with the foster family? Y'all, I really don't know what to think about Trump's executive order. I don't believe that I believe it fed the monster. It feeds CPS more, way more. And I believe that it's not beneficial. Like, it's not looking like at the wrongful removals. It's not looking for reunification. It's only empowering CPS more to do what they've been doing. Why? A lot of, I can't vote because I'm a felon, but the ones that can't vote, the ones that trusted Trump, I don't know what to say anymore. I don't want to lose faith in anyone. I want to believe that his heart is in the right thing, and Melania Trump's in the right, that they have the right intentions, and the because it's not right. It's not. I mean, a lot of parents probably feel, some probably feel betrayed. Some feel they lost faith. Some can't believe that executive order. I don't know what to say. I want to believe that it's not going to turn and make it even harder for the parents to get their children home. Any of us, anyone that's fighting this battle. But we got to unite, everyone. Parents out there that are fighting this. You can't stand alone in this, for sure. I promise you that. I've been there. You are not alone. And you don't know when he's getting his new ones. And the school told you about that. Are they the ones helping? Like, are they the ones like keeping you up to date on everything, Chris? The school? Y'all, I wanna say this. If you have children, be involved in your children's life. Don't let these people try to take your children. Don't let these people get involved in your life at all. I'm not perfect. I'm a long ways from it. Okay. But I've done wrong. Yes, I have in my time. I can't change my past, but I can change my future. Have I changed? Yes. Have I changed for the better? Yes. Do I still struggle? Most definitely. But you know what? That's no reason to be punished and just my past to dwell over me in a dark cloud. I got better. I changed. I saw where my flaws were, and I made those changes. Guess what, y'all? After 20 years, I do have to say this. After 20 years, y'all, I am off probation. I have finished and completed my probation. 20 years, y'all. 20 years long. In my eyes, that's a big accomplishment. That's a big step. As much as, and I can't sit here and say that it hurt me for the most. No, it helped. It kept me on my toes, which it needed to. But having the words from my probation officer, and the awesome, just the good vibes, and the encouraging words, and the fact that they were there when times were tough, and like in this battle for my son, they were the only ones besides my friends and the family that I do talk to, that were there. As far as these public officials or these government, like anybody in that county, they were the only ones that helped. They kept their word, and and that right there meant a lot to me. As much as I've I tell you, I put them through hell. I did. And, but I did it. I made it. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to get my son home. So I want to thank the ones that were there during the last 20 years that had to put up with me in the Georgia Department of Community Supervision. I thank y'all. I thank each and every one of y'all that had to put up with me. And I appreciate everything y'all and the work y'all helped me, the awesome words, the positive, the encouragement, the motivation, the caring hearts that each one of you had during my struggling times, which it was plenty. But I just want to thank y'all. And some have moved on and are retired. Some are still there with the office. I just want to thank y'all. And that is in Cherokee County. Thank you. Officer Brown, thank you. And then in Bartow, thank y'all. I couldn't say I've had a rough 20 years, yes. But I want to say that I've come a long way, y'all. And am I ashamed of my past? It wouldn't make, I mean, I don't even know how to, I'm not going to say ashamed. I wish I could change some of the things, but I can't go back in the past and change. I don't have, I mean, it's not like we got I can't click my heels and go back to the past and change it. The school told you that, Chris? Yeah, thank you, Chris. It's awesome. It's awesome knowing that I'm glad. I'm so glad to be off. And it when I first got on it back in 2009, it was crazy. Like, and I was a first time offender, but then it's in 2011 was really when it hit home because I got resentenced, and that's when it's like everything started right there, 2011. It's like, man. But when I tell you, it was a lesson learned over the years. My bad decisions and my messed up behaviors and the mentality I had back then was not good. It was not healthy at all for a person, anybody. And plus being an addict at the time, I was more worried about that than anything. Nobody forced it on me. It was my decision. And guess what happened? I had to take accountability for my actions and go suffer the consequences. Not suffer, but I had to face the consequences. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Hey, everyone. But I had to face the consequences, and that was, yes, I was in prison. Yes, I have my children were with my family. Yes, there were times that I did not get to see my children. Yes, there were times that the struggle was real. Struggle is real. Am I a recovering addict? Yes, I challenge that every day. And for all the ones out there that are in recovery, go you. That's what's up. That's awesome. And it's a damn good feeling. But I want to say that don't ever think that you are not welcome, you are not wanted, and you are not appreciated in this world, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, there are so many people out there that want to just nitpick. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them mess with you. Don't let them take your shine away. Let them go tell them. You know what I tell people like that? Go stare at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself. Because if I want to cuss myself out, I will. Okay, y'all can call me crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. But you know what? I'm me. And that's who I am. Next tours for rent. Oh, I thought you were talking about the app, Chris. I'm sorry. You're talking about, so they moved out. So that trouble's gone, right? That's a good thing, right, y'all? Y'all like, subscribe, follow the channel, leave comments, go check out CPS Breaking News. Y'all, I've been in the bed. It's cold, y'all. It's starting to get cold. Follow your Twitch stream. I will. Mr. Hyde, how are you? You gonna keep spamming me? Well, at least you come in and say hey, but yes, I'll go check you out. You're on Kick and Twitch. I give you a follow. Okay. I will definitely let me at Delmo Pepsi. That's for how I can look you up on there. Is it on both Twitch and Kick? Or Kai or Master Hyde? Thanks for coming in, y'all. Is it on but Mr. Hyde, get back with me and let me know if it's on Twitch and Kike. Is that your username? And I'll locate you and I will follow you as well. Definitely. You come in and you show me support, I'll show you support. That's what it's all about. Right? So thanks for coming in, but let me know, Mr. Hyde. All right, y'all. So Chris, so yeah, I think we're out there on Kick. I think we're on Kick. I don't know if we're on Rumble. Let's see, Twitch. Chris, do you want to come on and talk about or Debbie, one of y'all, or both of y'all want to come on? And I'll be on for like another 30 minutes or so. But I can send y'all a link. Or y'all can call me on, and I can let y'all talk about it. It's up to y'all. But I want to say, what do y'all think about the new executive order? Y'all seen it yet, Chris? Y'all, it is cold. I mean, I'm wearing like this sweater, you know. I mean, it's warm. I just wish I had the hoodie on it. I really want to talk about. Oh, okay, y'all know I jump back and forth in 5 million things. I've got to catch up with everybody. Yesterday was my court date with my son, and when I tell you, these people, my son is an adult. Okay, he's 20 years old. My son is going to school finally. My son is doing amazing. Why couldn't the 2 years that he was out at Devereaux, what the hell were they thinking with an autistic boy? Well, he was 17 when he entered foster care, when he was taken, when my mother passed away September 17th, 2022. Let me give y'all the timeline. September 17th, 2022, my mother passed away unexpectedly. So I have a disabled brother that's with me. He's 30, 38. He always gets me confused on our age. He's 38 or 39. I'll have to ask him. I think y'all have seen him on the show before with me. He wanted to say hey one day, and so I know it's on a past show. Also, let's see. So my son, and I do want to say this. Thank goodness he is no longer calling himself Albizi. That's what out of that facility, they were getting him to call himself Albizi. Like, so when I asked my son does know his name in Spanish, so that's awesome. That was an awesome, like, that made me feel really good that even though we were over a tablet, having to visit because he was 4 states away, my son was still he still listened and he would, like, we still had our bond, and that's the best feeling ever. Just knowing when I called after they sent my son to Texas, they didn't tell me. It's like they swooped in the middle of the night and took him. He was in a hotel at that time as well. He was with the provider, and they didn't even tell me. They didn't say nothing to me. They didn't even give me a heads up. So when I only got to see my son one time before they sent him out there. I still have the pictures of the day I got to hug him. I did a 2-hour visit with him. They wanted to see how we bonded, and it was great. It went great. Well, then I don't understand how they can say that. How are we supposed to have a bond? How are they supposed to determine the familial bond or the parent-son bond, the mom-son bond over a video all the time? But yet you can't. You told me the one in person went great. I don't understand. They sent my son 4 states away, and it traumatized him. My son, he's autistic. He's he has to stay in routine. He loves his routine. He loves church. He loves Christian music. He loves Mercy Me. I can only imagine. A Big Daddy Weave. I know the song. I know. Can you get the phone number of the link? Yeah, Chris. I can send the link and try that. But let's see if my tablet's charged up. Hold on. Let me get this. Okay, hold on, y'all. 1 second. Let's put that right there. All right, hold on. Let's see. Where's my tablet? Y'all, I got so much. Hold on, Chris. Let's see. I can do that. We can charge it up. Let's see. We can put you on charge. Hold on, Chris. I'm getting it. So I don't. I'm so glad that, Chris, you get to see your son in person. That's just awesome. You know what? They wouldn't even help. They wouldn't even bring my son back to Georgia. Like we had to go out there and get him, which we were tired of waiting on him. Me and my aunt. Like and you know, it's there. This has had a very big toll, like a very big negative impact on the familial bond I've had with some members of my family. When my mom died, when my mom passed away unexpectedly, you know, that right there was, and I wasn't expecting my own family to be like they were to me. But the damage, my higher power, God don't like ugly, you know? And I'm so glad my daughter is 18 now. I'm so glad she is an adult. For your son, a Zoom call for the show, Chris. I'm getting on I got my tablet, Chris. We can, because I don't know if I got Zoom on here. Hold on, hon. Hold on. So, y'all, we might bring Chris in. We're gonna bring Chris in if I can get this thing going. And please respond to continue to. Goodness. I had a lot of. Okay, sorry, y'all. Chris, what do you feel about? You want to call my number? You got my number, Chris? I'll put it in the chat, okay? There you go. There you go. Call that one. Chris, I got it right here. So we're gonna, if Chris decides to call in, we got like 20 more minutes on the show. I have to cut it short today because y'all, I'm getting back in my way of just getting back in routine. Some things happened, and let me know if you're gonna call Chris. So I had court on my son, and you know, they tried their darndest to not let me be there. But when I tell you, it's not ever gonna happen. My son, I don't care what's going on, who thinks they're gonna stop me. It's not happening. Not with one of my, none of my kids. I am their mother. I will be their protector, and I will love my children, no matter how old they are or where they're at in this world. I love my children, and I will always be there. Okay, Chris, this has to be you, right? Let me see if this is Chris calling. All right. Yes, it's Chris. Chris. All right, Chris. Chris.
Hello.
Hey, hon, how are you?
I am fine.
Oh, hey, Debbie. Okay, so y'all are calling in, right? Okay. So y'all you want to talk about the things going on with John and y'all and what they're doing, or you want to whatever you want to say?
Well, right now, we're supposed to be doing family therapy. I spoke to the therapist in Wichita Wednesday because she called and I called back. And I told her I'd rather do it here in Medicine Lodge with Julie.
Uh-huh.
And she told me that she'd be calling Nikki or whatever you call it. And then we saw Julie Wednesday.
Wednesday?
It was because we, and Julie told Chris and me that she has been trying to call Nikki, hasn't gotten no response. And so right now, and then we saw John today, this morning, only for an hour.
That's it?
Because supposedly, yeah.
How much time are you supposed to get?
It was from 10 until 11:30, and the excuse she used, John had a doctor's appointment at 2. And
did they make prior arrangements with you? Like, did they not give you a heads up, or just tell you right then and there?
This doctor's appointment came out of the blue, and she didn't know about it.
Oh no!
And the funny part about it, when she didn't even watch Chris. All she was doing was paperwork.
Oh, so it's not like they were even observing anything. They were just seeing.
Nope, they weren't observing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Has anyone ever did like a have we ever, I wonder if anybody's ever asked these CPS workers if they have to fill out like an evaluation form or anything? I've never thought about that. Maybe that's something we should look into.
Well, because we did it at the library.
Mm-hmm.
And she told us to, go to the library. And
you visited at the library with John?
Yeah. And
how'd you feel about that?
I didn't like it. John doesn't like the library.
Right. Because why would they say the library? I don't get it. That's the first. Wow.
John is not a library kid.
No, and
the only reason she wanted to do it at the library, she had paperwork that she wanted to get done.
It's not supposed to be about her, though.
I mean, it was all paperwork. She had a whole bunch of highlighters, and she was into the paperwork, and just didn't even watch Chris, didn't even do nothing.
So it was like more like a babysitting session.
She was just observing. She was just doing her paperwork. And I'm going to tell you, she's doing this paperwork, so when she gets back to the office, all she has to do is clock out and go home.
Oh, wow.
And the funny part about it, these cars in Kansas, they have Texas license plates.
The
rental cars, they are brought here from Texas.
I did see somebody say on, I think I saw not a news article, but a post about that. They were speaking to that, and I'll have to find that source and I'll have to send it to you, because I saw something that was, they were talking about that. And that's just, I mean, what do you think about the executive order Trump signed?
I haven't really heard about. I mean, I've seen a little, but I haven't really got into it.
Oh, it's feeding the monster. It's I've got very mixed feelings about it, and it's empowering them.
I haven't heard. I mean, I know about it. I have to look into it. And we'll see. The first time I seen this car with the Texas license plate was it was last month. We went into a favorite little convenience store. They sell, hot dog, corn dogs, and all that other. And I got out and I looked at the license plates, and it said Texas. and I took a picture of it. And Chris has an advocate, a really good one, and I sent it to her. And then when we went to the TSI office, I made a little excuse, to go out, and it was Texas license plate.
It was the same vehicle?
And it was a different vehicle.
Wow.
And then Chris's advocate goes, check it again. So we had a visit today, and there was a Texas license plate.
So all of them were Texas.
And
like a
and
fleet
I'll tell
car.
you why. If you rent a vehicle here in Kansas, you're only allowed to have 6 vehicles. Texas, you're allowed to have 12.
Oh, wow.
Because Chris's advocate has did research. We have done a motion to find out what they're charging Chris with and everything that's going on. Because they're not telling us nothing.
Wow.
And it is.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do family therapy at the TSI office, but this therapist that they wanted Chris to go to, when she left a voicemail, just, I want to know when you will have time. And I called her up and I told her very nicely, Chris, we would rather do it here in Medicine. We're 8 blocks away. You don't got to go into Wichita, and it's just, I have been videotaping every time Chris has a visit with John. I go on Facebook Live.
Yep, I saw that one visit was awesome.
I want everybody to see that my daughter doesn't struggle. My daughter.
The one visit
down with him
that I seen on Facebook. Where was that at? Was that wasn't at the library? Was it? It was the one. It was. She was sitting in a chair. The lady was in like.
That was at the TFI office.
Okay.
And
that John was doing great with Chris and you. Like that was.
I mean, he was just having a blast, just enjoying time.
He listened.
He built that little skyscraper himself. And I think what's going on, I think they're getting frustrated because Chris is having no problems. Everything has come back perfect.
Yeah. And now they're, because it's making them look, and they're trying to find and so, what you're doing is good. Definitely record, definitely document everything. Because,
and I mean, like I said, you go on Facebook Live and, everybody gets to see it.
Yeah. A lot of parents are going to have to start being that way, that for y'all, just like y'all, because that's.
Now, I have gotten word from Francesca. There are a lot of congressmen that are very interested in what's going on.
Good.
I mean, a lot. There's a Holly. I know who she is. I don't know very much about her story. Her story's I know a little. And she's from Ohio, and she said there was I don't know how many kids they took. It was a pretty good number, and only 40 kids were returned.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember. Everybody, I think what's happening is Francesca is bringing in the parents and letting these parents tell their story.
Well, that's the way it needs to be. That's what they want to hear, the real stories, like I say all the time, these are real stories, real families, real children, and
I mean, it's just and I told Nikki when we left, I go, you got to get over Julie.
Yep.
We're doing family therapy, and Julie needs to know what to do.
Yep. The one that is supposed to supervise the visits, is she a problem? Is she like, you don't feel as though she's...
I believe she is. I also believe it's her supervisor.
Yeah.
I think it's between her and her supervisor that the problem is coming from. Chris is supposed to have monthly meetings.
And they're not doing that, are they?
and they're not doing it. We have never ever had a monthly meeting. I know that. The only reason I know that is when John was returned.
Yep.
We got a survey from TFI on how well they did.
And that's and like in my situation with my son, but when he was out at that facility, which traumatized him most definitely, and he's gotten a lot way better. He's going to school, but the survey they did that, and I ended up having to take getting parenting classes on my own because they kept coming up with excuses, kicking me out for no. I mean, it was stuff that was not my fault. So I ended up finding a resource over here in Georgia that was free, and they did parenting class, and it was accepted by the state of Georgia, and their whatever their curriculum is, and I did it on my own because I was tired of them try to make me look bad, and that's what they'll do.
And and the funny part about it, every time John has a doctor's appointment and he's taken out of school, we're notified through the school.
See, so they see what's going on. They see past the bad, the negative, you know. So and I wish that, and don't you feel like you wish that they would actually speak up on for the good, you know? And I wish
they have, you know. I mean, now I've had good conversations with them. One was the IEP. They changed his behavior program and made something a lot better.
Okay.
And they told me what they were going to do and how to handle him. And then I got another call from the school counselor, and she's asking questions with me, Chris, and we're like, we don't know, and she's nobody's telling you nothing, and I'm like, no, what can we do better? And I'm like, now I have noticed his speech is a little better. I'm happy with that. And I'm like, what you're telling me, I like what you're doing. He's gotten a lot better. He's not as having emotion problems.
Is he in a routine?
He's better. He has in fact, I know his routine. They have sent it to me.
That's awesome.
And I believe this school. I believe this school has gotten everything that needs to be done. And they told me, they go, whatever his school he goes to, they will have to do what we have put in, put into them.
And they need to understand with these children, like your son, your grandson, and my son, they have to be in a routine. You can't take them from their routine and expect them to not act out, you know. Especially taking them from their family home, you know.
And even Julie, the foster mother in Pratt, she would tell her that you got to get him into a routine.
My son is doing so much better.
I've noticed that he is a lot better.
Yeah.
I had his teacher, Mr. Murray, called.
Was he out of school for a minute?
Debbie? Yeah, in fact, he called. It was not too long ago. First time I've ever had a parent-teacher conference.
Wow.
He was over the phone.
Wow.
And he goes, he told me, he goes, John has gotten a lot better. They go, we do have a problem.
They need to start including parents more often. That's the big issue with all over the country, is they're not including the parents. And then they want to say how, they don't realize how much of a positive impact it has on the children if they just include their parents. Include their parents. The good.
The school has told me that I am allowed to call anytime I want.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can email.
Good.
We can email anytime we want.
Good.
Any questions we have. Mr. Murphy has told me, Murray has told me that John loves standing at the door and greeting the kids when they come in.
Good.
He goes, but John's got a problem. I'm like, oh my God, what? He likes carrying the other kids. And when we were at the TFI office, I was talking to John. I go, "How are you scaring us?" And he shows me, puts his little hands up and curves, and wow. And I'm like, I'm I wanted to laugh.
Yeah.
So I got serious.
Did you have to?
My son.
Did you tell him that?
You know,
That's cute. That's funny. See, I mean, he's got a personality.
It's funny he's doing it, but we got to correct it.
Right.
And I'm telling him, I go, that's what we do. We correct them.
Right.
But I believe because of the school and what this school is doing, he's changing. This school made him, I think, a better. And I told the school, I go, you are the ones that are making him a little better. I've seen it.
Does John have autism?
He does. What's going on?
Does John have autism, Debbie?
And
does John?
He broke his glasses.
Yeah, Chris was saying that. Does John have autism?
We've been told no, but Julie believes he has what is called global development delay.
Okay.
Which is a little like autism, but it can get better.
Yeah.
And having that, you have to have the routine.
Yeah, that's my son. When he was 3-4 years old, they said he had a mild. This is how they referred to it back then. A mild case of autism. And that he would grow out of it. And this is when it was first like becoming like more common in children, you know. This was back in 2000. He was born in 2005, so this was like 2007, 8. And they said and that's how they referred it. But I bet you it's now they're calling it the global developmental delay, because over time, did they say he'll grow out of it, just like with his like?
Now, when we went to Iowa City, they said possibility he needs to be tested again.
Yes.
But we can't, and they did test him for autism. My daughter did not get to go to the meeting. That he went behind their back.
Oh, wow.
And they did that, and they were not supposed to do that.
Right.
Right. They did that. I mean, and it's and I told Nikki, I go, you got to get hold of Julie because we're going to be going to her.
Right. Because it's changed a lot over the years. I've noticed, like with the global developmental delay. If they would, when my son was diagnosed and they said mild, the first thing that popped in my head was a mild sauce pack from Taco Bell. Okay, that's the best because no.
Back then, and I didn't know nothing about it. I had to do my own research.
Right, and that's
then people didn't understand.
No, because our kids were not like they were up to date with them, and then it's like an overnight. They just my son. He was fully. I mean, he talked, he walked, everything up to, and then all of a sudden, just overnight, boom, he's back to baby mode. And I don't know if y'all remember me talking here recently. I saw that occurring in him again when he came home from the facility. And
because they did that to him.
Yep. So, hey, John.
They have to, figure out what to do and how, what he does. And,
and
people do not understand.
No.
There's no cure.
Nope.
There's no pill they can take.
It's not.
Well, there was a boy. He was in his chain yard. He got a complaint from a neighbor. The police came. He was having one of his little episodes. That's what I call them.
Yeah.
And the police on the other side of the fence, they shot the guy.
I heard.
They shot him.
Was he a young adult that had autism?
Yes, and they shot him because he was having one of his, what did you call them?
That's not the one.
Because
there's one that was on the news that they said he had unalived himself, but I wonder if that. I hope.
No, it was on TikTok, and that's the only way I found out about it. And
law enforcement is not trained to They don't know how to
Correct.
handle a
Correct.
autistic person, and they
Correct.
need special training for that. They need to know how to, because when dealing with an autistic child or adult, it's a totally different ballgame. I mean, parents that have an autistic child or a young adult, they know, and a lot of people don't know how to handle it. Even some teachers don't know, because
There's a lady on TikTok. She's caregiver. Her son is Spencer, and she's doing really different things with him. She has set up a store in her house, and he does chores and takes money and goes to the store and he buys stuff that he wants or he needs.
My son loves to do stuff like that. Yeah,
and people just, the comments that she gets. So why don't you take them to a store and let them? And I'm like, do you know what a store will do to him?
Right. That is.
They don't, and I listen to her and everything, and I tell her, I go, you're doing a great job. I go, I think I might be doing that when John gets a little older.
In a baseball field, there was a team. I don't know if it was a team or a sponsor for this stadium. They have an area that is built for, and they closed it up for autistic kids to go and be up, because you know how loud noise is, some of them, and the lighting. And it's built for children or adults with autism. And I thought that was the coolest thing, because this is a worldwide epidemic that we're in. Like, there's so many with autism, and even adults that are diagnosed later in age. I mean,
there's certain TV shows that he is not allowed to watch,
right?
Because it triggers us.
Yep, and that's the way. Yep, and that's my son.
People don't understand that. I do, because because people don't understand.
Like my son, there's certain areas of Georgia he don't need to be drove through. Like, and I hate to say that, and I hate being like that, but it's true, because it will trigger him. Like, when they were bringing him to court yesterday, they have to go through the town that my nanny was, where my son was, where we lived, where he was raised. And that was my scare. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because I remember when we came home from the airport,
because he recognizes,
yes. And
he may not know the address, but he knows what the house looks like.
Yes.
He knows the little things that he knows that, I understand that, people, I like I said, I listen to Caregiver all the time, and, how he does things, how he, when he gets into one of his little moods.
Yeah. Yeah.
How it triggers him.
Yeah.
And, like he'll rip his shirt and,
with my son, they call them glitches. Glitches.
And people, they're like, oh, take him to a clothing store and have him pick out his clothes. And I'm like, that's a trigger. Mm-hmm. And people do not understand what these children. I never did until I started listening to Caregiver and Spencer, how he is.
Yeah.
And she, like when she goes out in public, she has to have at least 2 workers with her.
When I'm right, there are some that, yes, they do need more. They need help. One person can, like a parent, like in my situation, a single mother. It's as he gets older, he's strong. My son's very strong. He's very strong, and and when he has what they call glitches, his hormones and that's there.
Because he does not understand.
No. And
he can't. But he doesn't understand in his mind. And I believe that was John with his emotion.
Yes.
On what was going on, because he could not. When he would get angry, when he would get angry or whatever, he could understand it.
My son, with my nanny, my son, growing up. You know, that was my nanny's baby. That's what I always said. You know, because they were like two peas in a pod. You know, like they were inseparable, and it was awesome. You know, and
that's true. That's true, and she has said that.
Yeah,
you know,
and
she does go.
And he knew what,
his
like,
fingers. I forgot. One of his fingers got real bad infected, and I don't remember what happened. And she had to take him, and she was having problems, and they had to lancet.
Oh.
And he's doing that, and they were, doing all of that. And he cannot communicate. He's nonverbal, and she would yell for him.
Oh, she was. You see, and they understand. Like,
she knew, and the doctor,
awesome.
the doctor told her, because you did a great job.
Yes,
you gave your son a voice that he does not have.
Yep. And the kids, they notice, they realize that, they start to realize that, like the nonverbal ones. I've noticed that there are they communicate now. I met my friend's daughter. She's communicating through her tablet. Like there's a program on her tablet, and she types it out, or she presses a button. And Carrie was doing that with Colton before she passed, and it was, and he would, and
I remember Carrie, saying something like that, because I had double conversations.
And he carried it to school with him. He carried it to school with him every day. And it's
but people do. I mean, it's like they don't understand what these children, and even DHS and TFI, they don't understand when
they don't. They don't even have the training.
I mean, John. When they took him, he did not communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not start communicating until they got us, this is my opinion, into Wichita. Because I believe they understand John better than anyone ever has.
And I know, like, autistic children, they're very independent. They do depend on, they do, and they like to do things on their own to a point. I've noticed that, like with my son, or when they get older, very independent.
And that's the problem. That's okay. In the beginning, when they took John was having those problems, but nobody understood what Chris was going through.
Right.
I mean, he taking him downstairs, he had to grab his arm, and that's where the bruises came from. It's on the arm, and that's the only part of the body that was on, because John had problems. Chris has asked the school, I need help. This is, and they're like, well, we can give you this, if there's anything really. And Chris goes, whatever John needs, give it to him. And then that's when they turned on Chris.
Oh wow!
That's where all of this stuff came from.
Wow!
Is because John would go to play therapy. Well, he would go to his intense therapy classes, and it was fine until he went back to school. Wow. I've seen it. It was like the third time. John would come home in a real good mood, real nice. Then he would come home from school frustrated.
Wow.
And it took me a while.
So he's getting better.
Julie was doing a good job. The school was the mess up.
Now, so a lot of people, like with this new.
That's what it was. It was the school. They messed up, and the school was messing up, and they thought, oh, my daughter needs this, my daughter needs that, when it was John.
And for parents out there, everybody listening.
It was not Chris, it was John.
So yeah, they have her daughter.
I told him, and Chris told him, I have found out, do you know when they return a child to the parent's house, the DHS worker has to bring that child, or the TFI worker has to bring the child. They did not do that in Chris's case.
Wow.
The foster mother returned because Chris's advocate has been working non-stop.
You know, the more we do research, we learn.
She has sent so many emails to TFI. So many
Communication is a very big problem with CPS everywhere. Like
yes. I mean, they will not answer her back. In fact, my lawyer, he's an interesting character. I know too much about him. He thinks, because he talked to me, I'm not going to get into that.
You're fine.
I will do it privately, but no.
You're fine.
My lawyer, Carl, goes, who is this Melissa? I go, she's Chris's advocate. And he asked me, I read between the lines.
Yeah.
It was like,
like, why is he fishing for information that he don't even need to know? That's none of his business. If she wants him to know, she can tell him, right?
But that's my lawyer. Right. And my lawyer, I believe my lawyer is the problem.
You know that
because we got a feeling my lawyer's the major problem. I won't get on the air, but
we can talk. We can talk about this.
Mr. Howard is a very interesting character.
Well,
because he knows stuff that he shouldn't know.
Right.
And I believe.
But he's supposed to be looking out for you and your grandchild and Chris. Like, he should be looking out for getting the children home and y'all's family back. Like, standing up for you, you know?
He instead of listening to me, he's listening to TFI.
Right. And that's not fair to you.
And
that's wrong.
Because now, Blinker, I tell you what, we have proven that transportation is not a problem. We already got it fixed.
Awesome. So y'all got that taken off the table. So y'all did prove them wrong.
But right now, I'm not for sure. But it's like this. When we go to Wichita, the TFI office, you know, we have them. And we've always asked them, got a note out, sign it.
They can't hold. They shouldn't be able to hold transportation against you under. I mean, I could have sworn under Title II of the ADA, especially. Like that's transportation should not be.
And then they brought up because Christine, she's seen a psychologist in Hutchinson, and she got there herself, and he did an assessment. And because of him doing that assessment, they are holding that against her. They are telling the judge that Chris needs 24 hours care because she's a danger to her son.
No, they're not. Are they? Oh, wow. So I disagree with that. I disagree with what that guy, that assessment.
Yeah, well, I mean,
definitely.
Chris, it was this weekend. Chris decided she wanted to make chili.
Yeah.
Made it herself.
I heard it was good.
Made it herself. Did it herself. It turned out fantastic. She's got her own checkbook.
Look, I had to make chili after I talked to you about that. I was craving chili. I was like, man, I wish I could have some chili. That's awesome that Chris did that.
Point.
Yes.
They're not doing their job.
Yeah. They're not. They're just making a quick assumption.
I mean, we asked them. Chris has asked them, what do I need to get my son back? They won't say nothing.
They're not telling her anything. So there's no plan or anything.
They made a comment. The judge made a comment, and there was a smell in my house. Well,
is he just going by what they have on paper? What they put? Has he been out there himself? No.
And I know where the smell was coming from. It was my pipe because I took it apart and I dumped the water, and it was coming from underneath my kitchen. It wasn't anything to do with my house.
Right.
It was in my kitchen.
It was out of your control. Like it was just the length. I mean, the time. I mean, it was probably older and just needed to be redone. Probably. The place is probably an older place, right? Older home.
Yes.
So I mean, like that's what they're saying about my place. Like I get, well, not CPS, but just in general, the wiring here is old timey wiring. You know, it needs to be updated, and that's not going to do for updated like devices and stuff. Like I can't expect something to work 100% on like a new time 2025 back in 1985. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's not gonna work right. So.
And then this apartment is an old apartment,
Yeah.
and they are plastic pipes,
Oh.
and it's just, you know, and
right, John.
everything that it's just, Christmas Advocate has run a promotion. We got it today. After the visit, we went to the bank, and the bank knows who I am and loves me to death. And they notarized it. I know the lady that did it. And Chris and me both signed it. And we had it notarized. And well, one is she wants to know what Chris is charged with.
Right. What are the allegations?
Yeah, what are the allegations? And then she's bringing up, this is going to the judge. She's bringing up the transportation, how they're only giving Chris gas cards, and that's illegal. And then a whole bunch of other stuff.
See, that's
John has had no glasses for 3 weeks.
No, that right there is definitely because
and they make up an excuse that he needs to see. They're having problems with the point as well for the fun of it. I mean, I need a new pair of glasses.
Well, but that's messing with his.
I called Green Vision Monday.
And that's messing with his development, like his growing, like his he can probably have his vision like way better by a certain age if he wears glasses every day, and they're taking that from him, you know.
Now I found out when we went to the TFI office about the second time. I asked John what happened to your glasses, and they said broke. Yep. And when the school called me, I asked them, and they go, he was going down the slide, his glasses fell off, and they got broke, and it was an accident.
Wow.
And I think.
And they haven't tried to get him another pair.
No, they haven't got him. And the funny part about it, if he broke the frames, why don't they take the lenses and get him a different pair of frames? Yeah,
right. That's a good point.
And the funny part about it is the test he's supposed to be doing at school, he can't do it until he gets glasses.
Oh wow. Well, Debbie, I'm gonna have to cut the show.
No, that's fine.
No,
I mean, it's just.
If you want to, if you want to hold, I'll go ahead and end the show, and then I could talk to you after the show. Let me go ahead and end it, and if you want to just stay on the line.
I've got to prepare dinner.
Okay.
And I'll get hold of you later. Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
I hope everybody has a nice day. And keep fighting. Don't give up.
Yes, ma'am.
And then,
yes, ma'am.
People. I mean, Francesca's bill is getting notified. Well, it's not a bill yet. It's getting notification. It's getting. People are starting to realize we need this.
Right.
Her bringing in the parents, the fathers, the mothers, and telling their story. I believe these congressmen are listening to these stories.
They are. Definitely. They want to hear the truth.
Because there's not someone coming into the office and saying, oh, this is a bill and this is how it's going to work. There's parents that are saying, a kid, my child, this is what happened in my case.
Yeah.
I have a nice day, and I will let you go. Thank you so much.
No problem. And we'll see.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So y'all heard it there. That's a real story. A family out in Kansas. One of our audience members, and I'm very close with her and her daughter. John, yes. I've learned that, John, that yes, pro se is the way to go. I'm getting more further in both of the situations I'm in, going pro se. And actually, also, I did with this whole, I didn't tell anybody, but they did a wrongful eviction on me last weekend. I removed my things, was very aggressive to my disabled brother. And started removing our stuff when there was a stay, and it was in Superior Court. So now it's and I will have to continue that story for another day, because we got court coming up, and let me tell you, we have been through hell. And pro se is a big. I've learned that, yes, and that's the way we're doing it. And I am pro se, and even in the guardianship case with my son, pro se. So John, you're very right. You are very right, and I will give you more of an update on that here in about a week or two, about a week, because and even with the ADA and your disability, like Chris, invoke your ADA rights. Ask who the ADA person is at that courthouse. If they don't have one, report them, because they should. And I've ran into that out here where I live. It's wrong how they just, and they want to, they don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. But you know what? That's your right. And that is, and the disabled need to be treated like anybody else. They're people too. So, and the ones that are nonverbal, like my son, Henry's son, Chris' son, anybody, be the voice for, there's people out there struggling be the voice, because that's what we got to do. And now with this whole thing with Trump, the executive order, that's going to be a story for tomorrow. What's today? Friday. So we got Tip and the Punisher show, I believe, next. I'm going to have to go ahead and hop off here because it's about that time. But I'm glad to see everybody back in. I'll be back in motion. I'll be back on Tuesday, I believe. Probably sneak in a show over the weekend. But y'all be prepared for Tip and Punisher after this, 7:30 Eastern time, I think. I don't know that because I got to get back with the schedule. It might have changed. But y'all follow, subscribe to the channel. But yes, we're back in action, and we're going to be going down these rabbit holes. Boy, do I have some stories for y'all. We're going to be talking about the sheriff. We're going to be talking about your local sheriff's department. We're going to be talking about the courts, court clerks. Big problem. And don't let them deny you access to these courts. You have every right. Don't let them deprive you of your constitutional rights. Okay? I've learned that, and don't back down. Thank you, John. Much love to everybody, and y'all tune in. Be looking out for the shows. I will definitely get updated on my schedule, y'all, and all the shows, because I know we got Samantha, and I'm going to be talking to Brenda, see what's going on. Brenda, Henry's show. Henry, if you're still here, I think it's Saturday at 8. It might be tonight at 8. But I'll do an update with the schedule. Try to post it soon, okay? But everybody, y'all have a good night. Much love. Oh, John, we'll have to talk about that. Let me know if you want to come on the show. Or we'll talk. Definitely. We can talk the next show I got. Or we can do a show. You let me know. Just leave a comment or hit me up on Facebook. Much love to everybody. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all next time. This is Danielle, and I'm signing off. Keep fighting. Bye, everybody.
Bring back Brenda. She is fighting for justice for her family. Her husband wrongfully imprisoned. Brenda used to walk these streets with pride. Her husband Chris, a patriot by her side. In shadows deep, where voices cry but none can speak, in halls of whispers secrets keep, we're here to break the silent streak. Stand up, fight, don't let it go, reveal the truth they won't show. darkness, light will grow. Justice rises, voices flow. Children's dreams are cast aside in the system where lies reside. We won't let them run and hide. Hearts are strong, we're full of pride. Stand up, fight, don't let it go. Reveal the truth they won't show. In the darkness, light will grow. Justice rises, voices flow.